Hey, what's good guys? I'm going to be showing you how to replace your standard key deadbolt to this beautiful Schlage BE365 electronic deadbolt. So the steps you'll need are a Phillips screwdriver. So in my case, I have a screwdriver that's magnetic and it's got like multiple bits on it. And you'll also need a drill so that if you ever need to get the bolts or screws out faster, especially these ones on the strike plate, since these big ones are pretty long. So I'm gonna be using a drill for these. And yeah, so let's get started. First of all, what you're gonna do is you're going to take out these two bolts here, and then these two screws here, and then eventually move on to the strike plate. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put my slipper here so that it prevents the door from closing. Oh, actually, maybe I'll just use my mom's slipper. That'd be easier. Anyway, I guess we'll just I'll just set it like that. Yeah, that should work. And first thing we're gonna do is, with the Phillips bit, we're going to take out these two bolts here. Just like so. Same thing with the other bolt. It's kind of weird just doing this with one hand and holding the camera. These are in pretty tight. So they got a bit of rust on them too. So yes, just like so. And the front part of the lock will come out like this, and the back part just fell off. So I probably should have shown you as well the back part should probably came out first. But okay, so this is the key part of the lock and the axle for the mechanism right here. So now we're just gonna undo these two bolts here. I'm sorry, screws, I should say. So yeah, just like so. And I'm going to take this latch out. And yeah. Okay, so this is where the drill comes in handy. So what we're gonna do is we're going to try adjust the speed higher. Just going to take out the 2.5-inch screws. Oopsie. Okay, and we're going to get the regular Phillips bit, and we're going to take out these two short screws here. And then the strike plate just comes off, just like that. And another tip is when you are working on your door, and let's say it's on like your back deck, like in this case, this is my front deck, you would not want the screw to fall down and fall between those deck boards. So make sure when you're doing that, just work from the inside of the house. Okay, so this is the new lock. what we're gonna do, I'm just gonna use a screw in this case, is I'm gonna undo the plastics here. So you're gonna use this, you probably should use a knife, but anyway, so you do a score line on these plastic tabs. And then you can open the box. In my case, you probably can just do this. And then what you're gonna do is slide this out. Then we open the box, and what we got are instructions. We'll need them, and then we got the lock parts. So this is the whole lock assembly. Okay, so here's all the lock parts. So let's get this unboxed. Just like so. So what I got here is I got a battery they gave us and a cap here. So if you're installing this on like a door without the chisel part, and some big screws, the security plates, and the finish strike plate. And I got the latch mechanism, and it's got a yellow sticker on it, so I guess we're gonna have to peel that off. Okay, so in what you got, so if you want to make the deadbolt longer, is that you got a twist. So let's say right now this is at 2 3/8, and you can twist it to 2 3/4. So let's go and look at the depth here. Let's look at the depth. So you see in this case, so we want this to be center with the door. So what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to twist it to 2 3/4. And then we're gonna slide this latch in. Actually, it should be 2 3/8. My bad. So just like that. And then we get 2 wood screws from the bag. And then we go and put them in the holes, just like so. Okay, so what we're going to do is put these 2 screws in the latch and then secure it. Just like that. And also, something I forgot to mention is that for this part, in this part here, you'll want to make sure that the word top is pointing up. Because if it's not, then your whole assembly is going to be upside down. And that's not what we want. So that's secure. Now we have the keypad. So you just make sure we have the bolts here for it. So you get these 2 bolts, and just unwrap them. So we're gonna make sure. So we take this cover off, and this is the battery holder, and make sure careful for these wires. anyways, so what we're gonna do, so for the keypad, we're gonna make sure the top is pointing up, make sure that the rod is pointing the same direction, and make sure to feed the wire through, just like so. Try to get a wedge for the door too. Okay. So for this part, where it's all on the back, we should feed the wire through and make sure it lines up with this black part. So you see, for the black part, you get a little plus symbol here. Okay, so what we're gonna do is make sure that the plus part, actually the X, lines up with the rod and should feed the wire through too. Oh, and I got a mosquito. So lines up just like that. And now we have the 2 bolts here. So just install them kind of like the way the old Deadbolt is, same principle. So the part I was having trouble with, that you might run into this problem. So this part, if you see it sideways, it's supposed to face down. So that was what my trouble was. So just like you saw me do there, install the mounting plate and then put the 2 bolts in and feed the wire through and then connect the battery. So this is the part that you want to look for. So the black part should be going down, not sideways. So just like the way I have it. So you guys run into that problem like I did, that's how you do it. So now let's go tighten the bolts. Sometimes it's hard to do with the camera and then hold the screwdriver at the same time. And what you want to make sure is that the Schlage keypad is lined up straight, like, and make sure that the top is pointing like vertically up. So you might have to like shift it a little bit and then tighten them all the way down. So which is what I was gonna do here, and then we'll get it really tightened down. So what I did here is, so I connected the cable and I tightened the bolts, and you want to make sure that the plate here is straight. And I should probably take this plastic off, and the front is straight. And now let's go get the battery that they supplied us, which is here, a Deadbolt battery. And all I do is make sure that the octagon is with the circle on this channel here, and the circle on the batteries with the octagon. And I believe that's how the negative and positive go together. So I'll just connect that and then set it up here, or depending on how it sits, I think it sits like that. And then and we're gonna just Make sure that the wires and the cable are all like tucked in nicely and not pinched. And then put the cover on. Alright guys, just got the cover on and just got the battery all connected. So all we have to do is put on these 2 bolts and that'll be it for the lock part. Now we got this security plate. So in this case we're going to install it on this side because it's got more room. Or actually, you know what? We should probably install it on this side because this is actually the door frame part. And then we'll have to put the center screws for the finish plate into here. So yeah, so I guess we're gonna have to get a chisel and chisel it deeper. Okay, so I just chiseled this just a little bit deeper just to get this to fit. And then the finish plate should fit flush over top of this, so it looks like we're gonna have to go just a bit deeper. Okay, so what we're gonna do, so these 2.5-inch screws, put one in already, is that you're going to use a drill and secure them just like so, and then we're going to put the finish plate over top. So now I put the finish plate just like that, and then take your screwdriver and using the supplied wood screws, we're going to secure the strike plate and we're done. So now let's just test the lock and make sure that it works. Take that slipper out of the way. And it works. And now you're gonna have to read your manufacturer's instructions to program a personal entry code.